Hello students, welcome to Power Tutorials. So let's continue our solution for this question paper set, which is 30/4/1. So in the previous live video I have covered section A and B questions, that is 1 mark questions and 2 marks questions. So in this video I am going to cover the other sections, which are section C and D as of now, that is 3 marks and 4 marks questions. Okay, so these are the most weightage sections. Section D, C and D can be a bit lengthy, can be a little tricky, but I'm here to solve these questions, and I'm hoping that similar questions will be coming in our current board exam, which is of 2026. Okay, so whoever watching this video, so if you like this content, please do like, and if you have any doubts, kindly mention in the comment section, not only for these questions or any other questions as well which you're having doubt. Okay, and I have also enabled community section for all my subscribers, so whoever are having any doubts, if you want to post the photo directly, can directly post it in the community section or the post section. So there I will definitely check and answer to your questions. Okay, but it is enabled only for subscribers. So this way, if you want to post any question directly, you can directly post it there. So I'll definitely check and respond to you. Okay, so let's start with today's video, and as I explained, today I'm going to solve section C and D, all the questions with respect to the options. Okay, so section A and B, if possible I'll try to keep it in the description. So section C and D I'm going to solve it today. Okay, so let's start with the solutions. So A, this part is very important, not only for root 2, they can ask you for root 3, root 5, root 7, or any fraction part like 1 by root 2, such type of things they can also ask you. So based on that you have to check and respond to it. Okay, so हम start कर लेते हैं video. Let's prove root 2 is irrational. So always the first step is, let us assume root 2 is rational. So what we are going to prove is, to prove that our assumption is wrong, we call it as contradicting kind of statements. So first we'll prove this, that is not rational, and then definitely it is an irrational. So if root 2 is irrational, how I can write root 2 is equal to P by Q, where Q not equal to 0 and P comma Q are coprimes. So what is coprimes? Coprimes are the numbers which does not have any common factor. Okay, so here now let's write P is equal to Q root 2. Let's take the next slide. Next step is squaring on both sides. If I do squaring on both sides, what this will become? P square is equal to Q root 2 whole square. So simply I'll write next step as P square is equal to Q square into 2. Okay, so from this I can see P square is having a factor of 2, implies P is also having factor of 2. So how I can write P as 2a, because P, as I mentioned, it is also having a factor of 2. So now instead of P I'll write it as 2a. So now this becomes 2a whole square is equal to Q square into 2. So this becomes 4a square is equal to Q square into 2. So 2 and 4, 2 times gets cancelled out. So I'm getting Q square is equal to 2a square. So from here it is stating that Q square is having factor of 2. So this implies Q is having a factor of 2. So but we already assumed what is the first condition? P and Q should be coprimes, but we are getting both are having a common factor of 2, which is contradicting our statement. Hence we have to say, hence root 2 is not rational So if root 2 is not rational, which is nothing but root 2 is irrational. Okay, so make sure to box your answers because this is a very good practice to highlight your answers. Okay, let's see the second part. So whenever you're having in your exam or part, make sure to do whichever you feel much confident. If you want to solve it, you can solve both, but as per exam, the first answered will be considered for marking. So I'm repeating again, if you want to solve also you can solve it, but they will not consider the second answer which you are answering. So they will only check whichever, suppose we are answering here A, then will only check for A part. If you are solving B first, then will only check B part. So whichever you are answering first, that will be considered for marking. So always whichever you feel much confident, make sure to answer it. If you want to solve the other part, you can give some gap in the answer sheet and go for the next question. And you can, if you have time, you can solve the B part, but always remember whichever you feel confident, answer that first, because the first answer will be considered for mark. Okay, let's see the B part now. So what they're saying, P is x square y cube, P is x square y cube, Q is xy power 4, and R is x power 5 y square, x power 5 y square. Okay, what they're asking, find HCF and LCM. Okay, first is easy, HCF. So for HCF, what we have to do, we have to check whatever is common. Okay, so whatever is common in all three. So if you notice, for all three, the common for x is only x, whereas for y the least is y square, so HCF is y square. What about LCM? LCM is no need to think about common. LCM we have to check whichever is the highest powers and simply have to multiply it. So for x, what is the highest power? X is 5. For y, what is the highest power? 4 is the highest power. So LCM is x power 5 y power 4. Okay, what they are asking, we have to check whether LCM into HCF is equal to the product of those three or not. So without saying, we have to, only for two numbers, HCF into LCM will be equal to the product. HCF into LCM is equal to product. The condition is very important. The condition is only for two numbers. Okay, what about here? We have three numbers, so definitely the condition should not match. But still, we'll cross check what is LCM into HCF here. So LCM into HCF, if I do, what I am getting, it is x power 6 into y power 6. What is P into Q into R? I will get x power as 2, 3 plus 5, which is x power 8, and y power 3 plus 4 is 7, 7 plus 2 is 9. So if you notice, these two are not equal. We have to say that LCM into HCF is not equal to P into Q into R. Why? Because it is for three numbers, not for two numbers. Okay, so if you are much confident about that theorem, go for the first A part. If you are not confident about the theorem, we feel that somewhere the statement might go wrong, then go for this, because here it is very easy. Just find HCF, find the product and prove that it is not equal. Okay, let's move to the next one. 27th question. This is interesting, and I say this is very important with respect to the chapter 2, where like polynomials kind of, sorry, not polynomials, for linear equations in two variables, which is from chapter 3. This type of questions will be coming. Okay, so where you have to use algebraic expressions, that is elimination or substitution, to solve the questions. Okay, let's see what is the question. The monthly incomes of two persons are in ratio 9 and 7. Okay, so what I will do, the first step is, let the incomes of two persons are 9x, 7x respectively. Okay, and their monthly expenditures are in ratio. So expenditures as 4y comma 3y, because the ratio multiplication we don't know, but the ratio they have provided 4 is to 3, so I'm just assuming the y as the common, so it should be 4y 3y. Okay, so now what about income? So income is equal to expenditure plus savings. So for example, for a layman terms, if I say, suppose if the salary of the person is 30,000 and if he is doing 20,000 as expenditure, then what is his saving? It is 30,000 minus 20,000, so he is saving 10,000. So that's the simple equation. Income is always equal to expenditure plus savings. Okay, so here if you notice, they're saying that the savings is each saved 50%, 55,000. So both the savings are equal, which is equal to 5,000. So now it's let's write the equations. 9x first person's income is equal to first person's expenditure plus his saving. Second person's income is 7x, his expenditure is 3y, and his saving is same, because I clearly mentioned both the savings are same, which is 5,000. So this is equation 1 and this is equation 2. So I'm using elimination method. If you have watched my previous videos also, I always suggest, if they haven't mentioned to use only like substitution or elimination, then always go for elimination method, because it is much easier and less complex when compared to substitution method. Okay, so here if I notice, I have 4 and I have 3 here, so simply first equation multiply into 4 and first equation multiply into 3 and second equation multiply into 4, so that the y coefficient will become same. So this I'm multiplying into 3 and this I'm multiplying into 4, so now this becomes 27x is equal to 4 3 is 12y, 5 3 is 15,000, 7 4 is 28, x is equal to 3 4 is 12y plus 4 5 is 20,000. So if I do minus 27 minus 28 is minus x, 15 minus 20,000 is minus 5,000. So I got the x value as 5,000. Okay, are they asking y value also? Let's see what they are asking. Hence with respect to monthly incomes, they're only asking about monthly income, so not asking about expenditure, so no need to find y value. Okay, express the given system algebra in system of linear equations 2 variables, hence find the respective. So equations in 2 variables, these are the equations 2 variables. They're asking y value, no, they're simply asking respect to monthly income, so simply I will write here, therefore monthly incomes are, what are the monthly incomes? Monthly incomes are 9x and 7x. So it is 9 into 5,000 comma 7 into 5,000, which are 9 5s 45,000 is income of first person and 35,000 is the income of second person. Okay. Let's move to the next one. 27th is done. Now we move to 28th question. PQR are the vertices of a right angle triangle. PQR right angled at P. So now I have a triangle which is having 90 degrees at P. Okay, so this is P. I'll let this as Q and this as R. What about P? P point they have mentioned is x comma y. Q point is minus 2 comma minus 3, whereas R point is 2 comma 3. Okay, so if it is a right angle triangle, what is a high possibility of which theorem we have to simply use? The theorem is Pythagoras theorem. So whoever watching this video, can anyone explain what is Pythagoras theorem, or simply can give me the equation? Okay, I hope someone has dropped. Fine, I will explain. So Pythagoras theorem is hypotenuse square is equal to sum of squares of other two sides. So here I am writing x square plus y square. No, if x and y will get confused, so I will write other two sides. So I'll write it as adjacent side whole square plus opposite side whole square. Okay, so here the hypotenuse is q and r. So what is the distance between 2 points? Distance between 2 point formula is root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. So anyway, here we have squares, so square and root is cancelled out, so simply write the middle direct point. So this becomes hypotenuse. So I'll take this as first point, this is second point. So 2 minus of minus 2, which is becomes 2 plus 2 whole square plus 3 plus 3 whole square is equal to, what about adjacent? Adjacent is this one. So x minus 2 whole square plus y minus 3 whole square. What about opposite side? It's minus 2, so x minus of minus 2 becomes x plus 2. So this becomes x plus 2 whole square plus y plus 3 whole square. Okay, so 4 square is 16, 9 square is 6 square is 36 is equal to a minus b whole square, a square plus b square minus 2ab. So this becomes x square minus 4x plus 4 plus y square plus 9 minus 6y plus x square plus 4x plus 4, and this last one y square plus 9 plus 6y. Okay, so plus 6y minus 6y gets cancelled out, 4x and minus 4x gets cancelled out. So you will get 16 plus 36 is 52 is equal to 2x square plus 2y square. Now I'll write the numbers. Here we have 9 and we have 4 plus 9 plus 4 plus 9. So 4 plus 9 is 13, 13 to is 26. Okay, so if I move 26 to the left side, or let's move, okay, 26 left side becomes 52 minus 26 is 26 is equal to 2x square plus 2y square. So if I divide by 2, I will get x square plus y square is equal to 13. So they are providing any value, they have provided y value is 2, they are asking x value. So simply substitute y as 2, you will get x square plus 4 is equal to 13. So we will get x value as root of 9, which are equal to plus or minus 3. So asking the values of x, the values of x are plus or minus 3 if y value is 2. So simply the triangle can be 3, 2, and then we have, I think, 2, 3 minus 2 minus 3, or the second triangle can be minus 3, 2 and then 2, 3 minus 2 minus 3. So both are correct because this distance and this distance will be same with respect to this triangle. Okay, wait. Yeah, fine, because anyway this distance will also change. Okay, so what are the possibilities of x value? It can be plus 3 or minus 3 if y value is 2. Okay, let's just cross check. If this is the case, then it will be 3 plus 2 is 5 square, and again 3 plus 2 or 3 minus 2 is 1 square, so it becomes 25 plus 1 is 26. What about here? Minus 2 plus 1 is 1 square, and minus 2 plus 3 is 5 square. So this becomes 26. 26 plus 26 is 52. Okay, same as here. 3 minus 2 is 1 square, and 2 minus 3 is again 1 square. So here I'm getting as 2. What about here? 3 plus 2 is 5 square is 25, and 2 plus 3 is 5 square 25, 25 plus 25 is 50, 50 plus 2 is 52. So both are same. Okay, so the options, the x values are plus or minus 3. Let's move to 29th questions. For the 29th question, if you notice, we have two options. Either you have to solve A or B. Okay, I am repeating again. If you have A or B questions, if you feel confident, make sure to answer that first, because the second answer which you are answering will not be considered for mark. Okay, let's solve E, and this is the most repeated question I can say in various sets, not only for this year, for in other years also I could see this type of question is getting repeated. Okay, let's solve A part first. So prove that cos plus sine minus 1 by cos minus a sine plus 1 is equal to cosecant minus cot. Okay, if you notice, the right side we have cosecant and cot, whereas left side we have cos and sine. So first convert cos and sine in terms of cosecant so that you can solve it easier. So for this, what I will say is, I will simply divide numerator and denominator by sine. Okay, first I will write the question which they have provided, which is cos a plus sine a minus 1 by cos a minus sine a plus 1. So if I divide, okay, I'll write it here, divide numerator and denominator by sine a. If I numerator and denominator, if I divide by sine a, what is cos by sine? Cos by sine is cot a, sine by sine is 1, minus 1 by sine is cosecant a. Same as denominator, cot minus 1 plus cosecant a. Cot a minus 1 plus cosecant a. Now if you notice right side, we have only numerator, we don't have denominator. So simply let's keep denominator as it is and work on the numerator part. So if you work on numerator, if you notice, they have a 1 here. So as per trigonometric identity, we have three things. First one, cos square plus sine square is equal to 1. Second, 1 plus tan square is equal to secant square. And third, 1 plus cot square is equal to cosecant square. So here I want cosecant and cots, and just I'm using the last one. So here 1 I will replace it as cosecant square minus cot square. So cot a minus cosecant a plus cosecant square a minus cot square a by, let's keep denominator as it is. Just I will move 1 to the right side, the last step, cosecant cot plus cosecant minus 1. Okay, so if you notice this is nothing but a square minus b square. So a square minus b square is a plus b into a minus b. So simply I will take the common as, okay, I will take common as cosecant a minus cot a. Cosecant a minus cot a, if I take it as common, I will get minus 1 plus cosecant a plus cot a by denominator also, if you notice, it is exactly same, which is cot a plus cosecant a minus 1. So simply these two gets cancelled out. So the only answer remaining is this one, which is nothing but RHS. If you notice in the question, they clearly mentioned cosecant a minus cot a. Okay, so most of the people gets doubt at this point how this is formed. So this I will rewrite it again, because this I can write it as cosecant a minus cot a into cosecant a plus cot a. What is a square minus b square, a minus b into a plus b. So cosecant a minus cot a I am taking as common. So here I have minus of this value, so minus 1 plus cosecant a plus cot a, these two gets cancelled out. Okay, so in this way this question A part is done. Now let's solve the B part. So what is B? Cot plus cos is equal to P cot A, it's cot A, cot theta. Okay, cot theta plus cos theta is equal to P, and second, cot theta minus cos theta is equal to Q, cot theta minus cos cos theta is equal to 2. What they are asking to prove? P square minus Q square is equal to 4 root of PQ. P square minus Q square is equal to 4 root of PQ. Okay, so let's solve what is P square minus Q square first. Okay, P square is cot theta okay, this you can solve it two ways. So what is a square minus b square? So here you can solve it much faster. Okay, so a square minus b square is a plus b into a minus b. So simply what I will write, p plus q, q is again cot theta minus cot theta into cot theta plus cos theta minus cot theta plus cos theta. Okay, so here what will get cos gets cancelled out, and here cot gets cancelled out. So simply I will get here as 2 into cot theta into 2 into cos theta. So I got the LHS as 2 cot theta cos theta. Let's keep it somewhere as LHS. Okay, now let's solve what is 4 root of PQ. This is important. 4 root of P into Q. So what is P? Cot plus cot. Cot theta plus cos theta into cot theta minus cos theta. So this I can rewrite it as a plus b into a minus b, which is a square minus b square. So here I can simply write it as cot square theta minus cos square theta. Okay, so what is cot theta? Cot theta is nothing but cos by sine. So I will write this as cos square theta by sine square theta minus cos square theta. So if I take cos square theta as common, so I will get inside as 1 by sine square. 1 by sine square is nothing but cosecant square minus one, because it is cos square. So with respect to the third identity which we just discussed, 1 plus cot square is cosecant square. So cot square is nothing but cosecant square theta minus 1. The same we have here, cosecant square theta minus 1, so which is nothing but cot square theta. So simply this step will become root of cos square theta and cot square theta. So if I divide, roots gets cancelled out, so this becomes 4 cos theta cot theta. If you notice LHS, same 4 cot theta cos theta, same as RHS is also 4 cos theta cot theta. So LHS is equal to RHS, hence proved. Okay, so for this type of questions, first find LHS, find RHS, and make sure to both are getting same value. Okay, let's move to the next one, which is 30th question. Okay, so what they are saying here, alpha and beta are the roots of a quadratic polynomial. Okay, find the quadratic polynomial whose zeros are. So whenever any quadratic polynomial, if zeros are provided, what is the standard equation? This step is important. Standard equation is x square minus of sum of zeros into x plus product of zeros. So this point is very crucial, not only for this, for any question. If you remember this equation, whatever might be the question, they can provide you like alpha plus beta are the zeros, alpha minus beta are the zeros, 1 by alpha 1 by beta are the zeros, alpha beta into 3 is the zeros, whatever might be the zeros. So just use this relation, write it, and then use whatever the relation they have provided. Okay, so here the sum of zeros for this equation, if I notice alpha and beta are the zeros, you keep it somewhere same way. Alpha into beta are the product of roots, which is 1 by p here because it is c by. Okay, this you keep it somewhere, it's not the final answer, we have to use it here for this relation. Okay, so for this, if I write what is sum of zeros here for this new equation, it is 2 by alpha plus 2 by beta into x plus product of zeros is 2 by alpha into 2 by beta. Okay, so next step I will write, I will take 2 as common. I will get 1 by alpha plus 1 by beta into x plus 4 by alpha beta. So if I take LCM here, I will get alpha plus beta by alpha beta plus 4 by alpha beta. So simply we know what is alpha plus beta. Alpha beta is minus q by p, alpha beta is 1 by p. So just substitute alpha plus beta is minus q by p, alpha beta is 1 by p, same way as here 4 by 1 by p. So pp gets cancelled out here, so this becomes x square plus 2q plus 4p. Wait, here x is missing. 2qx for 4p is the new polynomial where the roots are 2 by alpha and 2 by beta. Okay, let's move to the next one. 31st question. Okay, so as we are done around 15 to 20 minutes, let's take a break for 2 minutes. Okay, break for 2 minutes. I'll join back. Okay, let's continue the video. So what is the question here? We have a rectangle ABCD circumscribes a circle of radius 10. Prove that the ABCD is a square. So we have a circle. We have a rectangle which is circumscribing a circle. Okay, so inside should be a circle. Okay, so ABCD is a rectangle which is circumscribing a circle of radius 10. So this radius is 10. Okay, so prove that they are asking ABCD is a square. So if you notice here, so inside we have a circle. So this, if I draw, then this is a diameter. If I say EF is a diameter, same way I can also draw another diameter which is perpendicular to here. I will write it as FGH. Okay, so EF is the diameter of circle same as GH is also diameter of circle. So for a circle, the length of diameters is always equal. So for a circle, lengths of diameters are always equal. Okay, so the lengths of diameters are equal, then I can say that GH is equal to EF. GH is equal to EF. If GH is equal to EF, then GH is nothing but exactly BC and EF is nothing but AB. So AB is equal to BC. If AB is equal to BC, then it is a square where opposite sides, all sides are equal. Okay, if all sides are equal, if you notice what is they're asking the perimeter of ABCD. So perimeter, we have to first find what is the length of side. Length of side is diameter. So write length of side length of the side is equal to diameter, which is 2 times of 10, which is 20 centimeters. What is perimeter of rectangle? Sorry, perimeter of square. Perimeter of square is 4s, which is 4 into side is 20. So this becomes 80 centimeters. Okay, let's move to the next one. So here, so till now we have completed section C questions, that is 3 marks questions. Now we are moved to the next one, which is section D. Okay, so section D consists of 4 questions and each carries 5 marks each. Okay, so this is, I can say, most weighted section in the board exam paper. Each carries 5 marks. And for most of the 5 marks questions, they can also provide you A or B. So based upon your confidence level, you have to think whichever is more confident, then you can solve that question. Okay, let's see the first one. A part. The sides of a right angle triangle such that the longest side is 4 more than the shortest side, and the third side is 2 less than the longest side. Okay, so let's solve A now. So they're saying we have a right triangle, which is right angle, nothing but the right angle triangle. And what they're saying, condition, longest side is okay. For this, I'll write it as longest side, let's mark it as X, let's shortest as Y, and the middle as Z. Okay, longest is 4 more than shortest, so longest X is equal to 4 more than shortest, so Y plus 4. What is the second condition? Third side is 2 less than largest. Third side is nothing but Z here, so Z is 2 less than largest. Okay, now we have X in terms of Y and X in terms of Z. Okay, so from here I can say Y is equal to X minus 4. Let's keep it somewhere. Okay, let's see the next condition. Find the length. Also find the difference between the numerical values of the area and the perimeter of given triangle. So they are also asking to find area minus perimeter. Okay, so it's not only about the sides, we also need to find area minus perimeter. So let's find sides first. So again, for right angle triangle, always remember you have to simply follow the Pythagoras theorem, which is x square, that is square of hypotenuse, is nothing but sum of squares of other two sides, which is z square plus y square. Okay, I'll write both in terms of x so that it will have a single equation with only one variable. So x square is equal to z is what? X minus 2 whole square, and y is x minus 4 whole square. So x square is equal to x minus 2 whole square, which is a square minus 2ab plus b square. Same as x minus 4 whole square is a square minus 2ab plus 4 square is 16. So 1x square gets cancelled. So 0 is equal to minus 4x minus 8x. Okay, I'll write x square first. Minus 4x minus 8x is minus 12x. 4 plus 16 is 20. So I have the relation which is x square minus 12x plus 20. Let's solve this. X square minus 12x plus 20. So what are the factors of 20? 2 tens. So this is enough because 12 plus 2 is 12. So 2 plus 10 is 12. So this becomes x square minus 2x minus 12x plus 20. If I take 2x as common, I will get x minus 2 minus 10 as common. Again I will get x minus 2. So I'll get the values of x as x is equal to minus 2 comma, sorry, x is equal to 2 comma 10. So are both the values are possible? No. Why? Because the length of any triangle cannot be negative. If I consider x as 2, then what I will get the other two values, x minus 4 and x minus 2. So if x has 2, if I write, then y value is x minus 4. So 2 minus 4 is minus 2, and the z value is x minus 2. So which is 2 minus 2 is equal to 0. So 0 cannot be possible. We cannot have the length as 0 or negative. So only possibility is x should be only equal to 10. So now hypotenuse is 10. The mid value or the smallest value is x. Where is this? Smallest is y. So smallest is x minus 4. So 10 minus 4 is equal to 6. And the mid value z is 10 minus 2 is equal to 8. So this is a triangle where we have hypotenuse as 10, the smallest is 6, and the middle is 8. Okay, now we have to find area and perimeter for this triangle. So area is of a rectangle triangle is half into base into height. So I'll write is perimeter. Area of triangle is half into base into height. So height we got it as 8. base is the adjacent side, which is 6, minus perimeter sum of length of all the sides, 6, 8 and 10. Okay, so 2 ones, 2 fours, 6 fours are 24, and again 6 plus 10 plus 8 is again 24, so 24 minus 24 is 0. So the area minus perimeter answer is 0. Let's move to the next one. Okay, here we have to find the b part as well, so let's solve the b part now. Express the equation as a quadratic equation in the standard form, hence find the roots of the quadratic equation so formed. So it's easy. Here we have to just solve this part, get the equation and solve the values. Okay, so let's solve it here. X minus 2 by x minus 3, x minus 2 by x minus 3 plus, what is the second one, x minus 4 by x minus 5, x minus 4 by x minus 5 is equal to what they have mentioned, 10 by 3. Yeah, hi class 10 Explore official, thanks for joining. So for this, let's take LCM. So this becomes x minus 2 into x minus 5 plus x minus 4 into x minus 3 denominator, x minus 3 into x minus 5, 10 by 3. So this becomes x square minus 2x minus 5x, so directly I'm writing minus 7x plus 10 plus x square again minus 7x plus 12 by x square minus 8x plus 15 is equal to 10 by 3. Okay, so x square plus x square is 2x square, minus 7x is minus 2x square minus 14x, 10 plus 12 is 22 by x square minus 8x plus 15, x square minus 8x plus 15, what is the right side, 10 by 3. So if you notice, I have 2 common for numerator, so simply here I will divide by 5. So this equation becomes, okay, I'll write it in the next step. If you take 2 as common, I will get x square minus 7x plus 11 by x square minus 8x plus 15 is equal to 10 by 3. So 2 ones, 2 5s. Now let's cross multiply. So this becomes 3x square minus 21x plus 33 is equal to 5x square minus 5h of 40x, 5 15 75. So if I take everything to the right hand side, I'll get 5x square minus 3x square is 2x square minus 40 plus 21. I'll get it as 19 minus 19x. 75 minus 33 is 242. Okay, so we'll get the equation as 2x square minus 19x plus 42 is equal to 0. Factors of 2 into 42 is 84. 84 factors 2 into 42, 3 into 3 to the 6, 3 8 to 24, 4 into 21, 5 will not happen, 6 6 1 6 6 6 are 24. Okay, 7 8 9 10 11 12. Wait, 7 also will happen. 7 1 7, 7 2 is 14. 12 and 7 are enough because we need to get the middle term as 19. So now I can write this equation as 2x square minus 7x minus 12x plus 42 is equal to 0. If I take x as common, I will get 2x minus 7, and if I take 6 as common, I will get 2x minus 7 is equal to 0. So the x values, I'll simply write it as 1 is 6 and second is 7 by 2. Okay, what they're asking in the question. The simple asked to find the roots of the equation. Yes, the roots of equation are done, which are 6 comma 7 by 2. And this is also equation. This is the equation for quadratic equation. Okay, so we have solved the quadratic equation, and then we also solve the roots of that quadratic equation. Let's move to the next one. So for 33 also we have to either A or B we have to solve. So first I'm going to complete the A part, and then we'll go with the second. The corresponding sides of triangle ABC and triangle PQ are in the ratios 3:5. So simply they're saying that all the sides are proportional. So indirectly both the triangles are similar. Okay, AD is perpendicular to BC. Okay, and PS is perpendicular to QR. Okay, we have to prove this part. Fine. For A, answer, first step is as sides are proportional for triangle ABC and PQR, we can say that triangle ABC is similar to triangle PQR, and brackets we can write SSS property. Okay, so indirectly they are saying that AB by PQ is equal to BC by QR is equal to AC by PR. All the corresponding sides are proportional, keep it as 1. Okay, now let's solve the second one. What they are asking. ADC, PSR. ADC is this one, PSR this one. Okay, I will write it directly here. Angle C is equal to angle R. Okay, I'll write first here. Angle A is equal to angle P. Angle B is equal to angle Q. And angle C is equal to angle R. Why? Because both the triangles are similar. So first point, for triangle ADC PSR, ADC and triangle PSR, for these two triangles, angle C is equal to angle R. This I will write it as 2, and I will clearly write it as from 2. Okay, and the second condition, angle ADC is equal to angle PSR, or angle D is equal to angle S. Angle D is equal to angle S if these two are equal. Why? Because both are 90 degrees. So next step is easy. Using AA property or similarity, I can say triangle ADC is similar to triangle PSR. If these two triangles are similar, then AD by PS is equal to DC by SR is equal to AC by PR. Okay, so from 1 I have AC by PR is how much? In the question they have provided this ratio is 3/5. So this is done. Let's move to this one. AD has provided 4, they're asking PS. So this I have AD by PS, I need to get AD by PS. AC by PR I have from the question, or from 1 I can say it is 3/5. So PS I will write it as AD is 4, they have provided in the question. AD is 4, yes. So 4 into 5/3, which is 20/3 is the value of PS. Okay, so this is B. C, using 2 find the area of triangle ABC to the ratio to PQR. Area of triangle ABC by area of triangle PQR. So if these two triangles are similar, then it's direct square of the proportional sides, or simply I can say AC square by PR square is nothing but the same, but the ratio is already know, which is 3/5 whole square, so which is 9/25 is the final answer. Always remember, if it is two similar triangles and are asking the ratio of the triangles, as it is nothing but the square of the corresponding sides ratio. Okay. Let's move to the next one. So here, as I mentioned, you can solve A or B, but here I am going for B part. State basic proportionality theorem. Okay, first you have to state, and for prove basic proportionality theorem is also very important. So once I have time, make sure to check this, how to prove this question also. Okay, but here I'm not going to prove it, and just they are asking state, so just I will write in this theorem. If in a triangle a line is drawn parallel to one side or parallel to third side, then it divides other two sides in equal ratios. Okay, so you can also draw a triangle and explain them. If I say ABC is a triangle and DE is a line drawn parallel to third side, which is BC, then AD by BD is equal to AE by AC. If DE is parallel to BC. Okay, we're not going to prove it, but proof is also important. Make sure to practice the proof as well. Okay, for this triangle, for this diagram, they are asking to use that, and we have to find BC is AB by BC is equal to DE by EF. Okay, so I'll just redraw the diagram again. You have three parallel lines. Into intersecting something like this. A, B, C, D, E, F. Let's mark it. A, B, C, D, E, F. The lines are L, M, N. Q and S. Okay. So first what you have to do is join A and F, and let's mark this point as D, E, F is and so marking the point as C. So first step, join AF such that and for such that simply you can say and mark G on what is that line? M line. Okay, now consider triangle AFC and triangle ADF and apply BPT. Okay, if you consider AFC triangle, this one AFC triangle, BG is a parallel line, so AB by BC is equal to AG by GF. AB by BC is equal to AG by GF. Same way apply for ADF triangle. Now it becomes AG by GF is equal to DE by EF. AG by GF is equal to AD by DF. Okay, so this is 1 and this is 2. So simply I can say from 1 and 2 so from 1 and 2 what I will get? AB by ABC is equal to AD by DF, which they are asking in the question. Wait, something I made mistake. DE by F, I think here I wrote wrong. Consider the triangle again, ADF triangle. So ADF triangle is this one, this triangle. So for this triangle, AG by GF is equal to DE by EF. So this becomes DE by EF. So this I'll write it again. AB by BC is equal to DE by EF. Okay, let's move to the next questions. 34th question. So this is related to surface areas and volumes. So surface areas and volume, you have to remember all the formulas and you have to apply it properly, then you can solve this type of question. So for surface areas and volumes, what is the question here? They are saying that wooden cubical die is formed by forming hemispheres depressions on each face of the cube such that face 1 has one depression, face 2 has 2 depressions, and so on. The sum of the number of hemisphere depressions on opposite faces is always 7. If the edge of cubical dice measures 5 centimeters and each hemisphere depression is made of a diameter 1.4 centimeter, find the total surface area of die. So hope everyone might have played what is Ludo and or Snake Ladder. They will having a dice something like this. Okay, and each dice will have some depressions, like a hemisphere depressions, like first one can have 1 and the second can have 2 and so on. What the condition they're saying, the sum is always 7. So if 1 is on the top, then in the bottom 6 will be present. If 2 is on the top, at bottom 5 will be present. If 3 is on the top, at bottom 4 will be 7, because the sum should be 7. Okay, so if you notice, what is the total of all this sum, all the total number of hemispheres? If I ask you what is the total number, so first I'll write total number of hemispheres is how much? is equal to 6 plus 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1, which is equal to 6 plus 5 is 11, 11 plus 4 is 15, 15 plus 3 18, 18 plus 3 21. So total number of hemispheres are 21. So they are asking find the total surface area of die. So for total surface, first thing is I have to get the total surface area of cube. So I will write it here, total surface area of cube. Now I need to subtract the circle areas. So why I am talking about circle? Because that portion of the side is getting cut. So minus 21 into area of circles plus, as we are talking about area, the depression area also we need to consider. So which is nothing but 21 into area or CSA of hemisphere. Why it is here CSA? Because we are talking about the depth. We don't have, the sphere is not closed, it is just open and it is downward, like I can say like a depth. So that's why it is CSA, not TSA. So till here if you write, then definitely 3/4 of the question is done, because from here you have to just substitute the values and solve it. What is TSA of cube? 6L square. So the side is, how much the side is mentioned? Side is 5. So it is 6 into 5 square minus 21 into area of circle is pi r square. So pi r is how much? Radius, diameter is 1.4. So this one will be 0.7. 0.7 square plus 21 into TSA of hemisphere is 2 pi r square. So it is 2 pi 0.7 whole square. So this becomes 25 into 6, 150 minus 21 plus 2 pi, okay, this I will simply write, plus 21 into pi into 0.7 square. Why? Because it is nothing but minus 1 plus 2 is nothing but 1. Okay, so minus 21 pi plus 21 into 2 pi. So simply go 21 into pi. Okay, so this becomes 150 plus 21 into pi is 22/7. Because I haven't mentioned what to use, I will simply use 20/7. So this becomes into 0.7 into 0.7. So 1 will gets cancelled out into 0.1. So 21 into 22 I have to do, and then I have to change this. Okay, first I'll do 21 into 22. 2 2s 2 1s 2, 2 2s 4, 2 1s 2, 2 2s 4. I'll get 462. And this if I multiply into 7, I will get 7 2 is 14, 1, 7 6 is 42, 43, 4, 4 7 is 28, 29, 30, 31, and 2 decimals, so it is 30.34. So this value is 150 plus 31.34. So approximately the final answer is 181.34. So the surface areas questions are very easy, but we have to imagine the diagram. If you imagine the diagram properly, then you can solve it very easily. Okay. So now we're to the last question for this video, which is 35th question. So in this question, they are asking to find mean and mode of the following. So before going to the solution, I'll just recap for you for all the formulas. For mean, the formula is sigma fi xi by sigma fi if it is normal method. If you want to use assumed mean method, then this becomes a plus sigma fi. If you are using mean, I will write it as di by sigma fi. Again, you are using step deviation method, then into h you have to do. Okay, that is for mean. For median, we have only one formula. For median, the formula is L plus n by 2 minus Cf by f into h, where CF is the cumulative frequency preceding the median class. Okay, always remember it's not just cumulative frequency till median, it is till above that median, that is still preceding the median. Okay, what about mode formula? L plus f of mean or modal frequency minus preceding, I will let it as f1 by 2fm minus f1 minus f2, that is succeeding, into h. Anyway, for mode we are going to solve for this question, but for median also I just want to give the formula, which is L plus n by 2 minus Cf by f into h. Okay, let's solve this for median first. So here I have class interval, whereas for mean I don't want class interval, I simply want the mid values directly. So xa will be the mid, which is 10 to 60. I'll write it directly. So xa values are 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50, and last one is 60. What about fi values? 6, 11, 21, 23, 6, 11, 21, 23, 14, 5. I mentioned the total as 80, I will keep it as 80. Okay, so for mean we have to find sigma fixa. Okay, so 6 tens, okay, I'll write it directly. Okay, I'll write it here. 6 times 20, 20, 220, and this becomes 630. 4 3 is a 12, 4 2 is a 8, 920. 4 5 5 is a 22, 4 is 700. 6 5 is 30, it's a 300. So sigma fx, if I add all three, I will get 0. 6 plus 2 8, 8 plus 5 13, 3 3 plus 6 9, 9 plus 9 18, 18 plus 10 is 28. So mean value sigma fi xi by sigma fi, so which is nothing but 2830 by sigma fi is 80. So 8 table if I divide, I will get 8 4 8 3 is a 24, 43, 8 5 is a 40, 30, 8 3 is a 24, 60, 8 7 is a 56. So the mean value is approximately equal to 35.37. Okay, let's solve the last question, last part, which is mode. So mode, I already told you the formula we have to remember is L plus f of mode modal class minus f1, which is preceding, by 2 f of mode minus f1 minus f2 into h. So what is modal class means we have to find which is having the highest frequency. So highest frequency here, if you notice, this is the highest frequency, so this is nothing but the modal class. Okay, so here frequency L value is, okay, for L we have to check this, L is 35 to 45. So L value is 35. Frequency of modal class, which is nothing but the highest frequency, which is 23. 23 minus f1 is preceding, 23 minus 21 by 2 into 23 minus 21 minus 14 into h value is 10. Okay, so this becomes 35 plus 2 into 20 is 20 by 2 into 23 is 46, 46 minus 35, 46 minus 35 is 11. Okay, so 35 plus 20 by 11 is 11, 19, 90, so 11 is 88, so it will repeat. So the mode, I can get the final value as 36.818 is the mode for this question. Okay, so in this way all the questions of section C and D are been solved, and mostly in the next video I'll try to cover section E questions, or if you have any doubt questions with respect to any other questions, you can directly post in the community section. I'll definitely check and answer to you respectively. Okay, so thanks for watching. And if you find this video helpful, or if you find this video helpful for your revision, please do like and do share to your friends. You're also preparing for the 10th class videos. And next video, as I mentioned, I will try to cover the section E questions. Okay, let's meet again in section E live questions solution. So thank you so much for watching. Let's meet again in the next video. And please do like, and if you like this content, please do subscribe as well to get notification for the further videos. Thank you.